Hey there, movie buffs and nostalgia seekers. Do you remember those golden days when you curled up on the couch with a bowl of popcorn, lost in the magic of classic cinema? If you've ever had the pleasure of watching the 1956 movie The Girl Can't Help It, you're in for a trip down memory lane. Think back to that cozy evening when you stumbled upon this gem of a film. Maybe it was on a lazy Sunday afternoon, or perhaps you caught it late at night on TV. Regardless of the time, ensure this movie left an indelible mark on your cinematic journey. Who could forget the unforgettable characters and iconic moments? The enchanting Jayne Mansfield, the rock and roll heartthrob Tom Ewell, and a soundtrack that made your heart skip a beat. There's just something about those old Hollywood classics that transports us back in time. So, tell me, dear reader, what are your fondest memories of The Girl Can't Help It? Was it Jayne's dazzling performance, the catchy tunes that had you tapping your feet, or the sheer nostalgia of it all? I'd love to hear your stories and relive those cherished moments with you. Now, let's dive into some fascinating facts about this timeless classic. Did you know that this film marked Jayne Mansfield's first leading role, catapulting her to stardom? And the music, oh, the music. The Girl Can't Help It featured performances by legendary artists like Little Richard and Fats Domino, making it a rock and roll extravaganza. Stay tuned as we unravel more intriguing tidbits about this beloved movie. Until then, let's keep those memories alive and chat about the good old days. The Girl Can't Help It, released in 1956, is a classic musical comedy film that holds a unique place in the annals of pop culture. Directed by Frank Tashlin, the movie originated from Jayne Mansfield's starring role as Jerri Jordan, a curvaceous blonde bombshell. The plot centers around Jerri's transformation from a gangster's moll into a legitimate singer, with Tom Ewell playing the role of a down-and-out talent agent who takes on the task. What truly distinguishes this film is its memorable musical performances by rock and roll legends like Little Richard, Fats Domino, and Eddie Cochran, which showcased their talents at the height of the genre's emergence. The film's vibrant Technicolor cinematography and extravagant set designs accentuated the over-the-top style of the 1950s, making it a visual feast. The Girl Can't Help It had a lasting impact on popular culture by helping to popularize rock and roll and shaping the image of the quintessential 50 seconds pin-up girl. Its influence can be seen in subsequent films and television shows, and it played a pivotal role in propelling rock and roll into the mainstream. With its iconic performances, lavish visuals, and enduring influence, The Girl Can't Help It remains a timeless classic, etching itself into the annals of cinematic history. In the 1956 movie The Girl Can't Help It, there is an interesting connection with the Beatles and a famous poem by Walter Scott. On September 18, 1968, the Beatles halted their recording of Birthday at Abbey Road Studios. The reason? They wanted to head to Paul McCartney's place to catch the British TV debut of the film. This shows the movie's cultural impact, even years after its release. In the film's opening scene, Fats, played by actor Jayne Mansfield, talks to Tom about being homesick for the U.S. He recites a line from Walter Scott's poem, The Lay of the Last Minstrel. Tom nods in recognition. This literary reference adds depth to the movie's dialogue. Another noteworthy detail is the costumes used in the film. Abbey Lincoln performs a number in a gown that Marilyn Monroe had previously worn in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Later in the movie, backstage at the theater, Tom Ewell passes a chorus girl on the stairs. She's wearing the same outfit Jane Russell wore while performing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend in a courtroom scene in the same film. This costume connection highlights the Hollywood tradition of reusing wardrobe items. These intriguing facts reveal the enduring appeal of The Girl Can't Help It and its influence on pop culture. Whether it's the Beatles' interruption for a viewing or the literary reference in costume choices, this 1956 film continues to captivate audiences with its timeless elements. The 1956 movie The Girl Can't Help It holds a special place in rock and roll history. This film not only showcased the talents of Jayne Mansfield, but also left a lasting impact on some legendary musicians. One notable influence of the movie was on two guitarists extraordinaire, Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck, both of whom later played key roles in the British invasion band the Yardbirds. They cited The Girl Can't Help It as a monumental influence on their musical journeys. Jimmy Page would go on to form the iconic rock band Led Zeppelin, while Jeff Beck carved out an unparalleled solo career. Beck even went so far as to describe the film as being the best rock and roll movie ever filmed. Producers had initially wanted Elvis Presley to perform in the movie, but his manager, Tom Parker, demanded too much money for Elvis to sing just one song. This missed opportunity remains a part of the movie's history. However, one of the most intriguing connections tied to the film is the performance of Eddie Cochran's 20 Flight Rock. The song's impact reached far across the Atlantic to Liverpool, England, where Paul McCartney's ability to memorize and perform the song impressed John Lennon. This led to McCartney joining Lennon's group, initially known as the Quarrymen, which would later evolve into the legendary band, the Beatles. In summary, The Girl Can't Help It isn't just a classic film. It's a cornerstone of rock and roll history, influencing both musicians and the course of music itself. In 1956, the movie The Girl Can't Help It hit the silver screen. It's known for a couple of interesting tidbits. Firstly, producers wanted Elvis Presley to perform in the film, but Tom Parker, Elvis' manager, demanded too much money for him to sing just one song. This led to the decision not to include Elvis in the movie. Secondly, the wedding dress worn by Jayne Mansfield in the film was actually borrowed. She used the same dress for her real-life marriage to Mickey Hargitay in 1958. These behind-the-scenes stories add a layer of intrigue to the making of The Girl Can't Help It, a film that remains a classic in the world of 1950s cinema. In addition to Paul McCartney, Jimmy Page, and Jeff Beck, all renowned guitarists, both Page and Beck, members of the British invasion band the Yardbirds, hailed the 1956 movie The Girl Can't Help It as a monumental influence. Page later formed the legendary rock band Led Zeppelin, while Beck enjoyed an unmatched solo career. Beck went as far as describing this film as the best rock and roll movie ever filmed. On September 18, 1968, the Beatles took a break from recording Birthday at Abbey Road Studios to rush over to Paul McCartney's house. Their mission: to catch the British TV premiere of The Girl Can't Help It, underscoring the movie's significance even to the most iconic band of their time. Paul McCartney and John Lennon were underage when the film first hit theaters. In a bit of youthful rebellion, they donned fake mustaches to appear older and sneaked into the theater. This movie marked one of their earliest musical influences, setting the stage for their legendary careers in music. The Girl Can't Help It may have been released in 1956, but its impact on rock and roll and the musicians who shaped the genre continues to resonate to this day. It's a testament to the enduring power of this cinematic classic. The loneliness and despair that plagued The Girl Can't Help It's cast member in Hollywood in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood's golden era, fame often came at a high price. For one cast member of the 1956 movie The Girl Can't Help It, the dark shadows of loneliness and despair cast a long and painful shadow over their Hollywood journey. While IMDb provides limited details about the specific cast member in question, the broader context of Hollywood during that time sheds light on the challenges they might have faced. In the 1950s, Hollywood placed immense pressure on its stars to maintain a flawless image. The image of the perfect Hollywood actor or actress often involved maintaining a certain body image, dealing with the relentless scrutiny of the media, and keeping personal struggles hidden behind closed curtains. The cast member of The Girl Can't Help It likely grappled with these pressures, leading to a sense of isolation and despair. The relentless pursuit of fame and the constant need to be in the public eye can take a toll on anyone's mental health. In an industry where image was everything, the burden of living up to these unrealistic standards could be overwhelming. Hollywood's culture of secrecy and the demand for perfection often meant that personal struggles were concealed from the public eye. Behind the scenes, these actors and actresses might have battled their demons in silence, far from the camera's gaze. While we may not have all the details about the cast members' personal journey, their experience serves as a reminder of the darker side of fame in Hollywood's heyday. Loneliness and despair were not uncommon emotions among those who walked the red carpet. It's a stark contrast to the dazzling smiles and glamour that Hollywood projected to the world. In the end, The Girl Can't Help It remains a classic film, but it also serves as a poignant reminder of the hidden struggles that some of its cast members endured in their pursuit of stardom. As we bid adieu to this cinematic journey through the enchanting world of The Girl Can't Help It, we invite you to take a moment to reflect on the personal connection you may have forged with this iconic 1956 film. Just as the characters in the movie found themselves entangled in the mesmerizing world of rock and roll and fame, we too are drawn into its timeless charm. Perhaps it was the sultry allure of Jayne Mansfield or the electrifying music that ignited a spark in your soul. Maybe it's the nostalgia of an era gone by, or the way this film encapsulates the spirit of rebellion and dreams. Whatever it may be, your connection with The Girl Can't Help It is unique and worth celebrating. We encourage you to share your favorite memories, thoughts, or even the anecdotes you've collected over the years about this cinematic gem. Did it inspire you to chase your own dreams, or did it transport you to a different time and place? Your story is a part of the rich tapestry that makes this movie truly special. Thank you for taking this journey with us, for immersing yourself in the magic of The Girl Can't Help It, and for sharing your personal connection with this classic. Your engagement enriches the legacy of this film and keeps it alive for generations to come. With heartfelt appreciation for your time and interest,